So here I come again at you with a different fact. So trying to lose weight is one of the hardest things for people to do and be healthy. Watch all my other videos talking about detox and how you can look at Lucifer effect, Satan effect, parasite effect, and how to work with the Trinity and work with all different elements to be better and healthier and more of a fuller person. Now, when you're trying to lose weight, just try to see it like this. Now, say I have a train here, steam train, and the steam train is pulling fuel, okay? And the train, let's say it looks like this, and it's pulling it. And then here is the coal. The coal is here, and the coal is full. This is the chimney. This is the furnace here. Okay, so this is where the coal goes into. Now, this is the best way of understanding that you are very similar to this. Okay, so to lose weight. Now, the food that you've got inside you might not be the greatest food, but it's stored like a complicated carb. Okay, and the body, because you've eaten too much, is maintained the energy of it. And like I said, it might not be the best fueling system that you've got. So, but the only way to get rid of it is by burning it and starving it. So what you do, like a train going down a track, it needs fuel to move these wheels. So that means stuff from the earth needs to be put onto the engine and then into the engine, fired up, okay, as hot as it possibly can, which then you need water as well, and then it produces steam. It goes out the chimney. You see where I'm going with this? It's simple when you think about it. This is the body. These are the complicated foods that you've had or overindulging. Here is your answer. Okay? The furnace. Every bit of food here, it represents the coal. The coal goes into there, burns, and releases energy, okay, which makes the world move. So when you're eating or you have more energy inside you, it's almost like to say that this is the body, this is the food, this is the burn, there's it releasing. So how does that fit with what I'm trying to explain? Okay? So the body, you eat, goes into the belly, and then the body stores it, takes it out as a cellular level. Sometimes products that go in there are a bit too complicated, so it doesn't know if it should flush it through or store it as energy. So when you're trying to lose weight, your best method is the furnace, okay, where it's hot. Your body needs to heat up, okay, and what it does when it starts to heat up, it starts to burn, okay, it starts to burn the energy, and it asks for it back so it can keep burning. So all the fuel that you have on board goes back to the furnace. Body does it without you even knowing it's doing it. And then what happens is the energy released out of it, okay, goes up and then out of the mouth. This is the chimney. That is the furnace. That is the food going in. You are making the body hot. So you go for a walk, or you go for a cycle, or you put your body through a hotter temperature to get things moving. You are freezing cold. What does the body do in its core? It works the energy. If you're skinnier, you're going to feel colder. If you're bigger, you're not going to feel as cold because you're using the energy to keep yourself warm, the core. So what your body's doing is using this method. Okay? Don't think that any of the machines that are created didn't use this method. They're using you because your body is the best and most advanced system that we've got in the whole entire universe. Your body is cleverer than you realize because you just live in your head, got no control over the body. So all you have to do is be smarter, use your head to work this out. So say for example we have a fire and every day we put logs on the fire, okay, and the fire starts to creep up and the fire starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, that won't disappear until you light it. So if you light the fire here, it's going to take a little bit of time before all of that goes. Now the less which is on it, the quicker it'll go up. But the more was on it, it's going to take time. So this goes back to the train. If you're losing weight, you're probably looking at the train here, okay, with its coal, looking to travel the distance to say Scotland, okay, the railways. So what you do, you put enough coal on there to be able to get all the way up to Scotland. So that means your body's got enough energy in it, okay, to do that distance because you've overindulged and you haven't worked it out. So what you do, you've got to be smart here because it's not about fasting and then using everything you've got because you realise you need energy to carry on going. Even if you've got energy and you're looking bigger than other people and they think that you've got energy. No. It doesn't work like that. How it works is that you still need to fuel the system up as you're going along, just like a train. Okay, so every so often at the stop, you fill up. But guess what? Some coal is different to other coal. So as you're going up and you start to lose this coal, okay, fat cells, you start to replace it with different coal, which lasts longer and it's lighter. Okay, so it's easier to digest, which comes into the cellular level and the plant-based food that you should have. So once you get to the top, bearing in mind it will probably take you about 2-3 months to start proper losing weight. Understanding the fact that you've got to warm the body up to burn the calories or burn the furnace, but you've got to keep loading that up so the smoke comes out of the chimney. So once you've got to Scotland and you've got to your target, and say you wanted to come back down now, okay, so we wanted to come back down, okay, to where we came from, and we got the coal here. Now, as you've gone along, what you've done, you've investigated the best things to have as you're going along, because you can now start to identify what, when you eat this, you don't make it very far and you feel rubbish. So you go back to the plan, okay? You go back to, maybe I now have a relationship between that food and how I physically feel and what my capabilities have been able to do with that food. So once you start to identify that, you start to strike that one down. You don't have that food anymore, okay? So as you're doing this, you start to investigate the best things and best foods to have. So on your way back to the journey, back to the start, okay? Back to the start of a new you. When you come back, you'll realize, actually, I only want this much fuel in because I know that will make it to here. Okay? So what you do, you end up having less food on your plate, and better food because on the way up you start to feel better or worse, and you start to understand which kind of food that you should have or shouldn't have because it has a feeling towards you. So when you get to this stage now, you're then looking for the best fuel. Remember I said about the coal here, because what you want is to have a light body, okay, and you want to be able to travel faster, okay. So some foods make you faster and some food make you last longer, but what you're doing is you're only burning what you need in the furnace to get there, because you're now not heavy. You don't need all the coal, which takes ages to burn. You're now at the stage where you just want enough food to get to the next station. And if I have enough food, which is correct food, I'll probably be able to miss that station and get to the next one because I'm lighter. Do you see? Do you see where it goes? So to lose weight, all you need to do is understand the journey. And understand that in this journey, okay, to a new you, is going to be what you've got right now, as in fuel-wise, okay, and how to burn this off. And how to, when you're burning it off, how to fire it up in the furnace to let the steam out the mouth, which is up your chimney, and then out of the mouth. Then once you've got that, you start to realize actually certain foods make me feel a certain way. So now you're identifying what's going on. Oh, okay. Then you start to look at becoming a lighter body and traveling further distance with better fuel. Okay, so you are now light. Light. Then light is an analogy of light food. Okay, so it means fruit, veg, stuff which is grown from the source of the energy of the sun. Okay, light. And it's got the three trinities in it and the four elements in it. Now, yesterday I did a video and it was talking about numbers and letters and how numbers and letters affect you. I just wanted to give you one because I forgot to put this up. I think it's a very important one. Money is the only other source in this world which has the three elements. Now, why would that be? So, money. Well, first of all, money is formed by the earth. So, money is a creation with material. But it also has numbers on it. Okay? Information. Numbers are always information of the angels. Okay? So it's the spirit. Always the spirit. Numbers. And also, it has a motion to it. And the reason why it has a motion to it is because if you haven't got it, you feel sad. If you have got it, you either appreciate it, you use it, hopefully you walk on water with it, or you can become arrogant and carry on spending it with it. So you make others feel bad. So this here is dead. It doesn't even exist. You can't eat it. It doesn't give you any energy. It hasn't got, remember what I said about if you eat an animal and you cut the head off, it loses its soul. But if you eat fruit and veg and herbs, the soul becomes you, transmutes into you, okay, and then it just grows another one back. Well, money is just paper. It's dead. It's got no soul. It's got no spirit, okay? But what it has got on it is a representation of the same as what you need. So what you have, you've looked back at this rather than at yourself. You've looked at this and you've focused more attention on this than your journey to Scotland. So on here, remember, money is dead. You can't eat it, but it's made by the form of the earth. It's also got numbers, which is information, which is intelligence, which is the light and spirit. And it's also got emotion. Okay? Emotion, how you feel if you don't have it or do have it. But yet, you can't eat it. See? See where it's going? So, just to recap, remember, okay, when it comes to eating, okay, and you're trying to lose weight, think about what fueling you're putting into the body and educate yourself in a better way, in a higher state, and just accept it's going to be a long journey. And as you're going along the journey of losing weight, start to burn as much as you can by heating up the body, 30 minutes a day just to warm it up. And then just understand you don't want to keep loading it up with the same sort of food. You kind of want to change the pattern to it. And then as you start to get a relationship between you, exercise and food, okay, then you start to change it. You start to take things out of it. Once you've got to the destination you want to get to, start to come back again, get to the new you, but then make sure the fuel that you do have, is actually one which can take you from A to C and light, because you're going to be much lighter. And remember, it's your life. Okay? Your life. No one else's. No. I'm out.